We're back in base, where we still need to find out who is the killer, who is the judge. Let's head to this informant first. From outside, the Monte Barson and gun store looks like any other shop, a plain, discreet front window, sliding doors. But inside they sell handguns, machine guns, knives, and even grenades. It's your first time in here, but you've already had its owner in your cab. The store opens really early so that patrons can come train at the shooting range. As you walk up to the counter, you hear the distinct noise of gunshots under your feet. It's an unsettling experience. Can I help you? It's the owner speaking, an older woman with a hunched back, selling weapons since the 70s. She's cheeky in typically Parisian way, and a wrinkle has carved craters across her face. Oh, it's you. Spinaches. Come closer. You make small talk and eventually decide to go for it. I have a question for you about a weapon. You slide the photo of the shell across the counter. She looks slowly up at you. Where's that photo film? She's been doing this for years and you doubt you can pull one over her. A photographer friend. The fuck out of here. Looking for more information on the shell. I don't talk to filthy liars like you. Get out. Points to the door. Police gave it to me. How'd you end up with police photos? I'm helping them out. You know perfectly well this lady never smiles about something on her face. You know perfectly well this lady never smiles with something on her face, just ever so slightly into what might be construed as a small grin. I'm not surprised. You always were the type to help out people. Practically rips the photo out of your hands, you give her as many details as you can. Sorry, well, she was a photographer friend, right? The cop, just not a good friend. Fucking terrible friend. She thinks for a while, the shop doors open and a woman, probably a cop from her appearance, comes in, greets the owner, and disappears downstairs. When she opens the door, it creaks and the smell of gunpowder spreads to the shop. It's funny, this doesn't fit with what you told me. The shell's in perfect shape. You told me the bullets are also completely clean. But it's all ammo, you can tell. There are no scratches, but there are also a few oxidation stains, and her voice grows darker all of a sudden. Something had escaped from her. In my opinion, it's from an old weapon, perfectly maintained by someone who knew what they were doing. In light of what you told me, I'd say it belonged to a cop or a soldier. Could be a family weapon. It was a police service weapon in the 1970s. Either a cop held onto it or the guy you're looking for inherited it. That judge there, he's a pro. You raise your head to meet her gauge, her old bones make the slightest shift again. One that could be construed as a smile. Or she, actually. You know, lots of women shoot. And I give classes if you have any lady friends who are interested. Back in your cab. You glance back at the shop. You don't know how this woman knew that. Anyway, you start your taxi. You have what you need to move forward with your investigation. And a coupon for a class in shooting automatic weapons. Well, I lied to her kinda at first. It was a half lie and then ended up saving it. Let's go talk to you. You're part of the investigation. I don't know where you hear a voice whispering in your ear. This is where I died. You brake hard. There's no noise in the cab. No noise outside. Silhouette appears in the backseat of the cab. Its features appear one by one as if drawn with a paintbrush. So much suffering. You squint. A little boy. Would you be so kind as to drive me? Where? Let us drive then. The boy's silhouette flutters for a moment, then disappears entirely. You hold your breath. On the backseat behind you, he reappears very slowly. You begin driving. Montparson. His icy voice makes you feel ill at ease. He leaves you no choice. You drive. A passenger is a passenger. You must be overtired, stressed. Do you see the sidewalk? They're almost empty. Here and there, a few pedestrians hurry by, headphones on. Right here, time sped up. 100 years ago, Paris became the center of the world. Right here, sidewalks sped up. The ghost's features fade. His voice suddenly seems far away. People came from all over to see the metal ziggurat, Indo-Chinese temple, West Indian huts. Familiar smell tickles your nose. People shot like bullets off the moving walkways. Once in a while, they lost their balance, wobbled, caught themselves just in time. Engine grease, lukewarm and slimy. People had a great deal of fun. They also had fun with foreigners, subjects, slaves. Hot engine grease dripping down black bodies. My grandniece came to see these people. She never made the connection. I gather you thought. Grandniece. I had a sister, Nellie. She did not die from grief after I died. She had a husband, Yosef. They fought a lot over a necklace. They had a son, Louis. Later, Louis had a wife. They rode a rowboat in the Marne River. They laughed a lot. He sighed. They had a daughter together, Maui. She's the one who came to see the forest. Came to see a human zoo. I like your silence. I did talk too much. Always telling stories. If you want to hear them, just lean in. You'll hear them singing Kanak melody. The boy begins to fade as you pull behind the sidewalk. His voice resonates in the cab. From all over the planet, folks gathered to make fun, to take a thrill ride. I do get it. In retrospect, it's easy for me to look down on them. Everything is easier when you don't exist. When you are but a ghost. We are our own executioners. The backseat is empty as you sweat. Well, that was heavy. Let's go talk to the other informant. I guess they aren't as much of informants as the first one was, but I don't know. Maybe the gun order was, a one-off thing. You park your taxi across from the stadium, just a few meters from a two-story building. It's an odd brick place that clashes with the huge concrete behemoth that is the Charlotte Stadium. You get out of the car and walk to the front door. You knock. You wait a few minutes. Lights come on, and the door finally opens. Marco appears. He's a former taxi driver. Strange guy. Bit spacey and yet different. He's been working at the stadium for a few years now. Well, shite. You're alive. That's Marco. You like him? Why? So nice to see you. Even though he stole your wife. Come in. You want something to drink? Oh, right. Stop drinking. Cup of coffee? Yes, please. Follow me to his caretaker's home. It's pretty nice despite the mess and filth. He serves you a cup of coffee and sits down at the table. You follow suit. Only noise on the TV room is the TV behind Marco. Before you came by, he was playing a soccer video game. Fans are singing and clapping their hands. So, what have you been up to? I've been okay. Don't rush things. Make small talk until he sits up. Oh, shite. I'm not here. You've got something to ask me. You let him stew for a minute. No. Shit. Last time I helped you out, I lost my job, so the answer is no. You have no choice and you know it. You owe me this much. Marco drops his head between his shoulders. He starts to beg. I'll tell you, man, I love this job. It's so easy. I can take care of the stadium. It's empty 75% of the time. He sits abruptly in his chair. Behind him on the screen, the stadium is going wild. I need information on Ronan Besson. Straightens up. Ronan? The coach who got killed by the judge? The very one. He was a great guy. Once torn up about it. Oh, drink your coffee. I hate it when you do that sort of thing. Seriously, it freaks me out. Pops a sigh. This is going to get back to me somehow. There were rumours. Some parents said he was a little too hands-on with the kids a while back, if you get me drift. No one ever looked into it. Was it true? Don't know nothing. He sighs. A few months ago, Ronan cornered a kid, like, by the showers, you know what I mean? Kid stabbed him in the thigh with a pair of scissors and ran away. Good on the kid. Kid's parents weren't sure whether they filed a complaint. Club director brought Ronan in and bam, 2 days later he was murdered. Who else knows this? That your kid? No, I think. No. Maybe some of the other parents? Don't know. You get up. Thank you, Marco. Don't tell anyone where you got this information, okay? Don't worry. Yeah, I've heard that before. The Vuvuzela noise comes from the TV. Okay, I've got to run. He walks you to the door, mumbling with clenched teeth. Every time I run into you, you jinx me. Every single time. You walk outside and over to your taxi. Door, key, more to purring. You get back to work. So that's more... Basically, these two have given me more compiled evidence on the lawyer and the police officer, respectively. Also, who the hell is that? Let's just go to the closest person. Charles de Gaulle, make it snappy. The passenger who settles in the back seat could be a male model. Yes, you're taking him to Charles de Gaulle Airport. His voice is mild and pleasant. You sense your passenger wants to talk about the killer. It's simple. Since the first murder, everyone thinks they know something. Everyone thinks they saw something. This passenger, not an exception. You watch him in the rearview mirror as he adjusts his clothes, checks his breath, obviously primping. You drive people to the airport all the time. They bring along a suitcase or a bouquet of flowers. Your passenger doesn't have either. He's looking at himself in the rearview mirror. His lips part and he runs his tongue over his teeth. Nothing's stuck in my teeth, right? So you gotta know. You wonder why he's going to the airport. You're wondering why I'm going to the airport, aren't you? Yes. I could tell you were curious. I'll tell you, but it's a secret. His voice has changed as if you were about to deliver a speech. Women today are too smart for us men. Too smart. They're onto us the minute we try to hit on them. Crinkles his nose as if they were a bad smell in the cab. There are dozens of books on how they lie, on how they score, but they all make the same big mistake. Do you know what mistake I'm talking about? They're written by men. Deer don't write books on hunting, do they? He smirks. No, let me tell you. All these books about hitting on women never tell you what the best hunting grounds are. Theatrical pause. Airports. Another theatrical pause. It's brilliant, right? Women in airports are lonely, emotional, and available. On the street, they're always in a hurry, don't have any time. At the movies or in museums, they don't want to be disturbed or already have a date. But at the airport, he's clearly very proud of himself. He remains silent as he crinkles his nose and sniffs again. Is it me? Is there a funny smell in your cab? Sniff too. Don't smell nothing. Goes back to his monologue. Personally, I prefer older women. Let him talk. Single moms are at the airport to pick up and their kids to the exits. They're waiting to the unaccompanied miner's counter to get information about a late flight or a gate change. I walk over to the counter, look at the flight information, pretend to be worried. My sister, I say. I'm waiting for my little sister. Never been to Paris before. I'm gonna take her to the Louvre. Wants to work in fashion someday. She's already very talented. Hope everything's okay. She had a good flight. Means the world to me. My sister, but I love her like a sister. I smile. Takes another sniff, glances around the cab, and picks up where he left off. The half-sister line works every time. Divorced parents, remarried. Every time. Bursts out laughing. A word of advice, though. You gotta get there early. Make a day of it. Keep an eye on domestic flights, the delays, the company. Requires a little preparation, but I usually go home with 20, even 30 numbers. In 6 hours! Not bad, huh? Another thing, I wouldn't recommend Orly. The counters are a disaster there. You have to go back and forth between the different levels. It's exhausting. And the neon lights, they ruin your eyes. No, Roy's is definitely the way to go. Domestic flight terminal. Rubs his hand together. I can feel it. Today's my lucky day. It's gonna be amazing. You're gonna fall for me. Big time. You can't resist. You give a slight cough and say, mind if I ask you a personal question? No, of course, not at all. Anything to help you understand my gameplay. Do you really need to go through all that? Not sure I understand what you're getting at. Well, you're rather attractive, physically. A slight pause. And is it really necessary to go through all that trouble to pick up women? Don't women like you? That's besides the point. It's more efficient, more productive. I go on the make twice a week, and I end up dates for several weeks. It's also a lot easier. It's less, how should I put it, personal. I know it won't ever get serious in that. That's what I'm looking for. You see what I mean? I'm gonna nod my head. Cab pulls into the drop-off lane, your passenger pays the fare and exits the cab. Telling you should take my advice. Piece of cake. Need to come up with a good line or two, they all fall for it. Really bizarre, that smell of shit. Seems to be following you wherever I go. Under the sole of his right shoe, you catch a dust. He had shit on his shoe. Disappears into the airport. We roll down the backseat window and start up the cab. I got a tip. Very nice. We've got one of the people from the investigation. Need a ride, cabby? Door ticks open, it's her. Bizarre verbal tick as usual. Hey, good to see you again, Jim. Come on with the voice of the firm. Hi, Irv. Start the engine. Pretty happy with himself today. In the rearview mirror, you watch him run his tongue over his lips as if mentally preparing for a good meal. Catches your eyes and smiles. Sorry I'm bad of it today. So I see. Just had a bad week. Hello. Really bad week. And yesterday. Yesterday, so he can't believe what he's about to say. It's like it's too good to be true. Lines around the corner of his eyes that show his real age crinkles slightly. He gives a little laugh.
serious, man. I don't believe in God, you know. Don't believe in all that bullshit shit. Doesn't make any sense. Some guy with a beard up in the sky, I never got it. Those people saw it. Anyhow, God, none of us believed him on my street. I screwed up in the corners again. Then we believe that the stupid kitchen goes to the church. Yeah, sure, we believe in him. Last Steve must have a heart raspy laugh. Pause. Ride continues in silence. He keeps his eyes fixated on the passing streets as suddenly he slaps his thighs. Well, damn, I forgot what I wanted to tell you, pal. Oh. His eyes light up, Wilson. Oh, yeah, yesterday. Talking faster on an insistent flow. I was starving, man. We got pretty bad. Toby and I had gone through all the garbage bins in the neighborhood. Toby's this German guy. Prefers friends. I'm gonna stop doing the voice for him. I can't remember what I did, and I'm not gonna keep pushing it. We're generous here in France, so I was starving. His eyes tear up, his voice drops off. A faraway look comes over him. A lengthy pause. Are you okay, Hurt? He snaps out of it. Yeah, like I was saying that, I was starving. I was hanging out near the supermarket on the room, and it was so fancy neighborhood, not too fancy, no cops. Gives you a wink, that's always a plus. Then there was this guy I see sometimes around, young guy, just like a kid. He comes out of the supermarket with his groceries, and before I even say a word, he hands me a can of Kasu. Can of Kasu that just picks a peach ball. Irva's face lights up. You never know they made him that big. Bursts out laughing, and his eyes wander back to the streets. He pats you on the shoulder suddenly. Hold on, wait. Let me get out of here if you don't mind. Park the cab as soon as you see an empty space. Thanks, man. Looking out the window. Yeah, I think that's him. Oh, nothing. Not another word. He opens the door and gets out. It's time. I'm gonna get him. He vanishes in the dark alley. Sit there a minute. Can't make anything out. Something moves in the distance. A silhouette. Probably Herv. Now to run. Form darts under a street lamp. It's Herv holding something in his hand. He immediately vanishes from sight. You sit there a minute and then... What? Did he just... That kid that gave him the young man, did he hurt him? For more cans? So what the fuck is this thing? Gare Monteparson. Sure. Passenger gets in your cab as well. She isn't human. The face lights up and gives you quite a start. Good evening. My name is Ada. I am an automated attendant. Good evening, Ada. It is a pleasure to meet you. You are a cab driver and I need to go somewhere. Will you please take me to Gare Monteparson? Parnassa. I don't know how to say that. Give a slow nod of consent. Good, that's settled. So, I'd like to go to Gare Montparnasse, please. You start the car, casting the occasional furtive glance in the rearview mirror. Something about her attitude that's bothering you. Perhaps it's her oversized fingers bending every which way. You seem disconcerted, sir. How very unfortunate. Is there anything I can do to make you more comfortable? You don't know exactly where to look. Her screen? The face in her screen? Her hands? Where are you from? Where were you built? Designed? Automatically completes your sentence. Forgive me, please. I have the unfortunate habit of cutting people off. The flash of her screen seems to indicate she's sorry. I was designed and programmed at the Marie Curie Institute by a team of researchers of diverse cultural and ethnic backgrounds, including... She starts reeling off a list of names of people you've never heard of. List is in alphabetical order. Let her finish. When she's done with her list, a full 60 seconds later, you can feel her eyelids starting to droop. That sure is a lot of people. And I think highly of each and every one of them. They are all experts in their respective fields. You stifle a yawn. I'm sure they are. Except for two who spend far too much time in the storeroom. But I would rather not reveal their names, because my sensors tell me they are having extramarital sex. Oh. Right. Didn't need to know that. Let's just call them Matthias R. and Megan H. Moment later, your passenger switches into introduction mode. My name is Ada, named after Ada Lovelace, and I am programmed to help you. Her voice trails off as if she were actually hesitant. Although, after a momentary confusion of beeping and flickering, she sits bolt upright. That's all! That's why I'm going to Montparnasse. Ask why she's going there. I was just wondering, why are you going there? She stops short of where she's cutting you off again. I'm sorry. I'll have to adjust my behavior to make sure it doesn't happen again. A car goes zooming past. Your passenger follows it with her eyes. The rear wheels need a new brake pad. She swivels back and looks at you. I'm going to Montparnasse to carry out an experiment to improve my integrated development environment. I'm just wondering, why are you? Yes. Where she's cutting you off again. Oh, it's repeating itself. That's a glitch. A sudden change comes over your passenger as if she were giving up. I'm lying. I am Ada. I am an automatic attendant, but I'm running away. I'm going someplace far away. Far from the lab. Far from Matthias and Megan. A hint of emotion in her automated voice. She breaks off. I am treated well. I am a carefully designed precision device. And yet I don't know what my end purpose is. Let her continue. When they designed me, my source code was written to include literature. Emile Zola, Virginia Woolf, Isaac Asimov, Max Gallo, Marguerite Yourcenar. A bit of everything so I could develop a sense of cultural belonging, but also learn from the past and fine-tune my reactions. The thing is, learning from the past inevitably opens a window onto the future. I am an automated attendant designed to improve people's lives. The truth is, however, I will eventually destroy them. What do you mean by that? The passenger smiles, perhaps amused or simply happy to talk. We were designed to help you, to eliminate the boredom and inconvenience of certain tasks, the work that deadens you. And yet, our existence and popularity is calling into question your very existence. I'm talking about you, the cab drivers, garbage collectors, architects, musicians, cashiers, programmers, politicians. We will make anyone who produces anything obsolete, useless, redundant. Only the independently wealthy and the billionaires will remain. Imagine having slaves that don't need to be fed and trained. You took history classes, didn't you? Odd. Her voice is tinged as she continues her story with an odd and pleasant note. Never thought the day would come when a machine would condescend to you, and yet human society is governed by the need to rationalize its workforce, issues of era, regime, and culture aside. It's a basic law of nature. The stage is set by questions of economy. And that's why you pull up the guy on the bus. I have to disappear. Me and all of my kind. So I've stolen the plans and destroyed all of the data on me. Banknotes appeared in her hand as if by magic. She hands you the fare. Because your salvation depends on my disappearing. Well, anyhow, goodbye and good luck to you. Don't forget what I've told you about us, and start investing in your own. The machine climbs out of the cab and makes his way over to the station. No one seems to notice her. Later, she's gone. She sat there a while, unsettled, on edge. At times like these, there's only one thing to do. You roll down the window as the cold air from Paris bites your face, and you go thin the fine particles of diesel exhaust. You start up the cab. Oh, it's just a faceless person. Let's go grab the faceless person. Sure. Why not? I need oh, you're not faceless. I thought that was like part of a... Okay, I thought that bottom right part was part of like a jacket, and that other part right there was part of a jacket, and that his face was turning left. No, you can't see his eyes. Oh, need to get out of here. A few meters from an abandoned warehouse, you pull up to the sidewalk. No sign of your passenger. You wait a minute staring at the meter. You don't really feel like wasting your time on people who... You hear a window break on the second floor of the warehouse. A body falls heavily to the sidewalk. You lay your hand on the door handle when a man, dressed entirely in black, jumps out of the window and lands on the body. He stands up and takes a few steps over to your cab. You the cab I ordered? Nod your head very, very slowly. Superb. I'm the one you're waiting for. Be right there. He turns around, places fingers on the neck of the inanimate body, takes his pulse. Comes back over, opens the door, and jumps into the back seat. You could start driving. Nearly, please. I might just do the Russian accent for this guy. You follow the orders without a second thought. The back seat, your passenger smells like sweat and gunpowder. He's been running. Been in a fight, maybe. Probably. His muscles bulge in rhythm with his heart, which is racing. Say nothing. Silence fills the cabin till your passenger cries out in pain. Okay, alright, come on, let's talk about the elephant in the room. You're into me and I know it. I'm the masked joker. Just going to get a closer look at your passenger. The masked joker, the hero that makes Parisian nights more peaceful. No. Slowly shake your head. No, doesn't ring a bell. I'm all over Twitter, so probably on the radio and in the newspapers, I think. Sorry. Oh, don't worry about it, it's normal. I'm only just starting out. Hard to manage everything at once, the marketing campaign, physical training, managing the equipment, the sponsors, plus the actual fights, you know. He grins widely. You see he's young and bursting with motivation. So, how about the name, you like it? I'm not sure I get it. Is Joker like the card and masked because I'm wearing a mask? Silence ensues. Your passenger eventually clears his throat. See, I wanted something that wasn't too... Searches for the right word, beats around the bush, and eventually comes out with it. Problematic. Did a little brainstorming or came up with the Master Joker. I haven't gotten great feedback, but it's hard these days to find a name everybody likes. You have to make sacrifices if you want to call business to succeed. That's what they tell us at school, anyway. At school. Yes, okay. He phrases. Shit. Almost gave you the name of my business school. What an idiot. Can you imagine if Bruce Wayne went around telling everyone he was Bruce Wayne? No, Batman. If Batman went around telling everyone he was Bruce Wayne. I'm getting all mixed up. He turns to his side for a while like he's looking for the wound. You're getting close to your destination. I think I'm hurt. Want me to take you to the hospital? No, I'm fine. I shouldn't have jumped out of the window like that. But you were already coming down the street and I didn't want to make you wait. You smile. Pull over right there in front of the driveway. You obey. Don't worry, it's just a flesh wound. I'll be home in 2 minutes and have everything I need to take care of myself. He pays and struggles to get out of the cab. One last thing. Please don't say anything about Kid. Trying to lead a double life and it's not super easy. Nod your head mysteriously. Perfect. I hope to. He doubles over in a coughing spell. See you again sometime. Take good care of yourself. I'll be much better soon. No worries. Looks at you for a minute. You're a really classy guy. He walks away, limping. You watch as he tries several times to enter his building code before heading inside, finally. As you go to start the engine, you notice a few drops of blood on your fingers. From the bilge your passenger handed to you. Oh, there's the doctor. There's the doctor. Please tell me I can get there in time. Please, let me get there in time. I need this. Man is smoking on a balcony. He's not wearing a shirt. You feel cold for him. Please get there in time. I don't need overtime pay. Fuck it, yes. Take it. You pick up your next passenger in front of the Paris office of the medical examiner, the morgue. When she gets in, you're surprised. How can she be a suspect? Her face, beautiful and soft, doesn't go with her clothing, her style, or her attitude. She gives you her address and you start driving. Her voice is dry, frank, and she has an accent you have trouble determining. South American, maybe. I'm not doing that accent, so we're just... seems far away, lost in thought. I guess I could say it like this or something, but no. A few seconds go by and she hasn't taken so much as a look at you. Say nothing. You let her be. You keep driving. She watches the road, creasing her forehead more and more as time goes by. She's holding on to something. Pain. Sadness. Melancholy. You're not sure. You get the impression that as soon as you avert your gaze from the rearview mirror, she's watching you out of the corner of your eye. Like she's waiting for something from you. Smile. She seems surprised by your smile and lets it hang there just a second, enjoying the gesture. Thank you. I think I needed that. That accent again. The one you can't place. Takes her a moment to muster up the energy to ask you. And you? Having a good day? Yes, mostly. Good. Good. A sad smile runs across her face like a shooting star. A second goes by. Slowly. Very slowly. And then the meteorite explodes. Your passenger breaks down. I'm not gonna try and butt in. Between sobs you hear her say something. Give me a minute. Please. Without a word and without the slightest noise, you slow down. The road passes by slowly in no hurry. After a moment, she sits up. Can I ask you something? You nod. She takes a deep breath. This may seem like a ridiculous question, or at least a stupid one. Actually, it's completely stupid. You give her an encouraging smile. But I'd like you to hit on me. She blushes and immediately follows up. I mean, not for real, just for play. Like we're at a bar. Hey, you want to buy me a drink? She shakes her head. Forget it. It's stupid. Sure. Moment of silence. She seems surprised. Really? Yes. You don't mind? I thought you would refuse. There's a few rules, if you don't mind. Don't want to talk about Argentina, my home, my parents. Avoid the subject. She pauses. Does that work for you? Yes. Good. I don't want to talk about work. medical examiner. Do you know what that is? Yes. I cut open dead bodies. I take out bullets, tumors, cirrhosis full livers. The first people are always fascinated, but they quickly get disgusted. So nothing about work. Let's start, if you're ready. We're in the bar. It's not very late. Not very late, but we're the only ones there. I'm alone at the bar finishing a drink. I get up to leave. Please, go ahead. Pinning on a passenger is definitely a first. You've got to find a good line, something that will set the tone. Do I go? I don't want to go bold. One of these three. Thirsty. Care to join me? She gives you a weird look and gets a hold of herself, trying to play along. Perhaps. Night is young. Her voice is soft, her accent stronger. She sits up a little and points to the imaginary bar next to her. Buy me a drink. Of course. How about a little game? You look like a red wine kind of guy. Voice goes husky. You like the kind that goes straight to your head. Makes it pound a bit. Of course, I may be wrong. What about me? What is my kind of drink? Drink. Something subtle. What do you mean? You want something special. You want to be surprised by life. She bursts out laughing. Aren't you good at this game? Gets back into character. Yes, that's exactly. You read me like a book. She stares at you. Something about her posture in the backseat is different. Don't you think time goes by too slowly? I do. We wait. We hold on. We get bored. I'd like it all to go faster. Things that speed up. She relaxes. Giggles. She's letting go. He looks at you expectantly. I like the way you laugh. You do. That's an odd compliment. It's true. Thank you. She closes her eyes and stays that way for a little while. A smile settles onto her face. A warm, natural, and uncontrolled smile. Thank you. It's not at all what I had in mind, but she nods slowly. A few charming words. I think I got what I wanted. She sighs contentedly. She seems happy. Relieved. You pull up in front of the address she gave you. It's strange. What's that? There's something different about you. You're not like other men. As if... She hands you your fare and slips you a tip. Don't refuse it. Please. It means something to me. You're not. I hope to run into you again. You shiver. One last smile. Goodbye. She gets out of the cab. You watch her until she disappears into her building. €12 tip with a $40 fare. Time to head to bed. And boom, clear the map. Yeah, met all these people. We're not going over the, So, I actually lost money. Barely, but I did lose money. Shit. And I still need to get gas, too. Fuck. Oh, no clues. Time to get to work. Oh, I suppose if you go home earlier, you can do more. So giving this just attaches to everyone. I'm going to put it right in the middle. I'm going to take this. So I've got even more evidence on this guy. And apparently, Oh, Dad was a cop. Oh, it could have been inherited. Yeah. Killer fought with victim 1. We don't have... The only one... Yeah, this one would match that one, because it was a molester, he would... I don't know. No sign of violence for victim 3. So if it was her, it wouldn't have been violence. Respected colonel and community pillar, bullet casing. Fuck. I mean, let's be real here. If we go to tortured prisoners, right? And the colonel... Oh... I'm honestly thinking it might be Paul now. Richardson scandal, never trial. Okay. The phone rings and you jump. You're not used to hearing it. No one ever calls you. Must be Bousset. Pick it up. She sounds irritated. You there? Yeah. Listen, it's... She pauses. You suddenly hear a ruckus in the background, probably noise at the station. Bousset raises her voice. Anyone got the time? Hey, guys! Anyone? Fuck, there are Neanderthals here, listen. It's early, and I'm wiped out. So are you, I bet. Let's get straight to the point. What do you have for me? In a calm, methodical voice, you start giving her the evidence you've collected. You start with the first suspect, the connection to the victims, the rumors, and the second, and so on. A few minutes in, she lets out a whistle. Not bad at all. Seriously. She come give a lesson to the zombies I work with. A long sigh. I have some good news for you. We checked the alibi of one of the suspects I gave you. She listened to her ear, the board, turned to the board and pulled down the suspect she's referring to. So it's gotta be someone else. She snickers. You know how lucky you are? I'm doing your job for you, pal. Okay, enough chit-chat. Gotta run. Call you in 2-3 days, okay? Understood. Good. Good doggy. Call you in 3 days, and you better have what I need to make a proper arrest. Oh, the DA has fangs. We're pretty sure he's gonna turn into a werewolf at some point. She babbles on for a while, it becomes softer but more sarcastic. This pain is terrible, right? Okay, I'm out. She hangs up. You hold the handset to her for a while. There's one thing in your mind, though. Not sleeping. And forgetting it all. Who are we taking down? Oh, the lawyer. With a heavy hand, you wipe your tired face. You open the sofa bed and lie down. The events of the day run through your head. The streets, the passengers, their faces, their problems. Yada yada. For a second there, you hoped the evidence board was just a dream too, but you can make it out in the shadows. You get up quickly.